Whistle with the pen, I'm learning life. My thirst is divine. Words inspire in perfect time. Nurtured right. Them man there be learning lines, rehearsing life. Trust me, far from certified. Acting while you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ups to feel like that Jurgen guy on Merseyside.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. I'm gonna try not to talk so loud because my throat's still fucked. But big up everybody. Big up everyone that's locked in. We haven't streamed in a minute because I've been nursing some fucked flu, COVID-25 or some bullshit. But I think I'm good enough to stream today. I think I'm good enough. So we're live. We're gonna go through everything, all the transfer rumors from the last 3 or 4 days or whenever the last time it was that I went live. And yeah, we're going to get into all of it. Big up everyone that's in here, though. We've got quite a few people in here already. It's mad. Big up everybody that's in here, though. Hit the like button on your way into the stream, as always. If you guys are watching this and the stream's already gone through, hit the like button anyway. Subscribe if you haven't done so. What else? Yeah, super chat lottery. We haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna do that for the next stream. Allow me, because I've just been a fucking mess over the last few days. But yeah, we're gonna do that in the next stream. So you guys still have a chance to get involved in that if you haven't done it already. Check out Flawless's stream down in the description below as well. And yeah, big up everybody. Big up everyone. We've got over 100 of you guys in here already. We usually don't do these numbers unless Chelsea are playing. So that's fucking mad. But big up all of you guys. Let me see what everyone's saying. Big up Mitchy boy. Henrik Jensen, as always, bringing in the news for us. Rafael Leao, I'll come back to that in a little second. Benjamin Sesko. Yeah, I'll speak about this now because I just want to drop this all before people get ahead of themselves. This is not happening. Literally has a pre-agreement to join Leipzig, as you said. So there's no chance he is joining Chelsea. So we just put that one to bed and we can move on. But big up yourself, Henrik, anyway. Who's this Fofana kid? We're going to get into that. Fucking hell, my voice sounds like a mess. But bear with me, guys. We're still recovering. Brian fans want to see Cobham Training Centre burned to the ground ASAP because of what we're doing to them. The game is the game. The game is the game. Who else? Big up Steve. Big up Harrison. Gavman, I saw your previous comment as well. Big up yourself too, bro. Ilyas, big up yourself, bro. Let's not joke about that shit, please. I only put Ronaldo on the thumbnail as well because I heard we might be making a U-turn on him, but thankfully, that was reported by the Daily Star. So that's a lot of bullshit. We don't have to worry about that. Ronaldo hopefully is staying as far away from my club as humanly possible. United already came to Chelsea at the bridge back in October. That was his chance to come to Chelsea. That's done. We don't have to worry about that. Christopher Vivell has been given clearance to work in England. Nice. That might accelerate negotiations. Perfect. Yeah, there still isn't a new intro. But I'm going to put that down to flu tax or COVID tax or whatever the fuck I had. But yeah, we move. Are you doing a watch along for Argentina, France? I should do. It was all going to depend on like how I was feeling by then. But I think I'll be fine by Sunday. So yeah, we probably will do a World Cup watch along. Keep a lookout for that, but we probably will do. And then Chelsea will be back and I can finally climb back up on the algorithm after like the month of hell. But we move. Well, I say the month of hell. Chelsea coming back will probably be a different version of hell. But it is what it is. I think Argentina will win 3-2. Yeah, let me know you guys' score predictions. Go for it, people. Big up Galib. Yeah, we just made it. Yo, Tar, I don't know what flu is going around, but it's some fifth dimension of hell bollocks. Like, COVID didn't feel this bad when I had it. When I had it, I had like a fucked temperature for one night, and that was it. This, like, I've genuinely been coughing up blood. It's got that bad. I've been coughing to the point where I've been sick. It is long. It's long. This has just been some next level flu. But I think we're getting past it. I think we are. I hope, because I can't be bothered for another one. I really can't. COVID-25 must be a new dub from Ethiopia or something. Man, fuck you, bruv. Big up Lewis for holding it down. Big up yourself, my guy. Big up the dude. Big up President Jafar, saying Fofana in the front, Fofana in the back. Who might win the Conference League? Let's go. Are we really gonna do this? Another bloody youngster who's not proven? I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the Fofana transfer. Like, you want Fofana to be an immediate fix to our problems, and he's not going to be. He's literally coming as a Broja replacement, and Broja was here as potential, like not for the future. Literally for the future. Sorry, but Broja was a prospect for us. You could literally see it in the way that he was playing. He's raw talent, and it's the same thing with Fofana. Like, I'm happy with the sword transfer. We've spent so long complaining about not discovering players earlier, about not targeting more unfamiliar names, and we're chasing big names for stupid fees and all of that. Now we're signing somebody that no one would have predicted, no one even knew about until like 12 hours ago. And now we're complaining that he's not a big enough name. Like, no, this is perfect. This is a fine move for us. If it works out, we have a brilliant striker. If it doesn't, then it doesn't really hinder Broja's development. If he balls out, we could have two great strikers. It's not really a lose situation for Chelsea. Plus, I think he'd be coming for a cheap fee too. Let me know in the comment section. But from what my research was saying, Mold's entire team is valued at 32 million, and he alone is valued at 7 million. So it's a cheap transfer. So I don't really see the issue. You're only going to look at it as an issue if you think he's going to come to Chelsea immediately and solve all of our problems. And he's not going to do that. We need a complete rebuild of the squad to be able to do that. And that's just not happening in one window. It's just start as you mean to go on. I think he's a good addition to the squad. I'm not going to jump to conclusions and scream Drogba regen like a lot of people are doing. I think that's literally the worst thing you could do. But I do see things in his game that looks good. I do see elements that he might need to improve on, but it is what it is. He's a young player. He's going to be given time to improve at Chelsea. I think it's a good addition for us. I saw someone put a perfect tweet up saying, I would rather buy this guy for 5 million now than buy him off Brighton for 50 to 60 million 5 years later. You got to think with that mindset, bro, because the reverse mindset has been what has been fucking us in the arse for the last 5 years. So, yeah, I'm fine with Fofana joining us, but I'll delve into that a bit deeper in a little sec. Yeah, am I always sick? Shit, maybe it's a diet thing or something. I don't know. Fofana scores which Fofana? Can't be asked, President Jafar, but big up yourself. Big up. Yeah, Taha, I don't know what it is, but everyone's catching the flu and it's all fucked. But strep throat? You think it might be strep throat? Shit, maybe, because I couldn't even sleep properly because of this. I don't know. I don't know. You had it as well. I saw Charlie as well. He said it on, I think, Guni's stream or someone like that. Say he was feeling sick too. Everyone's ill, bruv. Everybody's ill. Hutchinson's been called exactly, and that's the one thing I hate. Don't do this. When we see one youth player have a good 50, 60 minutes, we're just gonna throw everything out the window and say he's the next Hazard, he's the next Messi, he's the next Suarez. Hutchinson looked really good. Like I said, I haven't been that moved from an attacking performance in ages, but I'm not calling him the next Hazard. Be the first Amari Hutchinson, just like this guy. Be the first Datro Fofana. Don't be the new Drogba. I want to see you be your own player. Be your own player. You're ill as well. Fucking hell, bro. Fucking hell. First test for this Brighton scouting team. Hey, Brighton scouting team have been better than ours. So go for it. I'm fine with that. I heard he was Brighton's player before their recruitment team came to us. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ah, this throat. My throat is still fucked. I can't be arsed. Right, on the stuff with Fofana, though. Fabrizio Romano tweeted, Chelsea are on the verge of signing David Datro Fofana. Here we go soon. There's full agreement in place with Mold to sign the Ivorian striker. Born in 2002. Right, I don't feel fucking old. 15 goals and 3 assists in 1,680 minutes for Mold this season. For reference, Haaland has had 12 goals and 4 assists in 1,600 minutes for Mold in his last season there, but I think he was also a year younger when he did it. But again, I'm not saying he's the next Haaland or anything like that. You're not clipping me up with that shit. But he's a good talent. He's a good talent. Like, I think he's a decent player. There's good traits there. He's got a good finish. He looks good in tight spaces from the limited footage that I've seen. And again, it is just limited footage. So don't take what I'm saying as gospel. But from what I've seen, he's a good finisher. He's got the pace and power on lock already. He can get wide and deliver crosses. Looks good in tight spaces. He can also poach if we need him to, but like our creators ain't going to give him any opportunities to poach anyway, so that's not going to do anything. But I think it's a good transfer for us. It's a cheap buy, high potential, physically capable of playing in the Premier League. If it doesn't really spark off, it doesn't get in the way of anyone's development, and we haven't spent a lot, so we haven't wasted a lot of money either. If he balls out, then we've unearthed a gem. We've unearned the gem for like £7 million. And that's literally what we've been begging the club to do for years. So I'm all for this transfer. I don't think it's anything that's going to help Chelsea right now or anything like that, but it's something for the future. And I do think that's going to benefit us 2 or 3 years down the line. But let me know what you guys are saying in the comment section. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and yeah, we'll discuss it. Who's going to play either side of CR7 when he joins? It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. Check Simon Phillips' last tweet. What was he tweeting now? I swear, if this is anything on Ronaldo, fuck off. I don't want to hear that. Let me see. Simon Phillips. What's he tweeted? Was it a recent tweet? Because he hasn't tweeted anything recently. Yeah, he hasn't tweeted anything. Alright, whatever. Southern Softies is t-shirt weather in Norfolk. Yeah, but you lot are used to this, bruv. And even then, it should be a bit mad for you guys. Isn't it like -9 degrees over there or something? But yeah, I ain't built for the winter. All you lot who prefer winter over summer, I hope you're fucking happy. Because I feel like shit. Give me my 40-degree heat wave any day of the damn week over this shit. Because I fucking hate this weather, bruv. I've got another 2 years of this too. Let Amari Hutchinson be Amari Hutchinson. Facts. Big facts, bro. 250 plus of you guys locked in, though. Let's make that over 200 likes, please. Because right now we only have... Once I get the streaming site up. 55! You, man, you can't even get me to 100 likes. What is this? Come on, guys. I'm literally dying on air, bruv. Please, hit the like button for my own health. Come on, guys. What else is everyone saying? Does Fofana signing give indication that the new recruitment team want to sign upcoming talent rather than established players? Yes, I think that's been what's been reported for like the last week or so. Chelsea want to focus on bringing younger talent in, but I do think that they're going to look for established players as well, because you do still need experience with youth. You can't have too much youth. You can't have too much experience. You need a little bit of both. So, yeah, I think they're gonna go for younger players, but you'll still see 1 or 2 established players come through, or maybe ones that we re-sign. That's why, like, I also heard Jorginho might be re-signing for Chelsea, and they could be talking about that around Christmas time, so around the next week or so. So keep an eye out for that. That would be keeping an experienced player. So keep a lookout for that. Oh, my throat is a fucking mess. Lewis, should we pair Pulisic with CR7 up front and Jorginho right behind, spamming through balls? That having Ronaldo in there just kills everything. Kills everything. Bro, we nearly got 300. This is what happens when the World Cup's nearly over. Let's fucking go. Let's go. We said that about Havertz and everyone else we signed. Havertz was signed by the board. Lampard did not want Havertz. He was just given Havertz. You can literally research that for yourself. Go on Google, type it up, and you'll see it for yourself. Havertz was a board signing. The problem that you're talking about, which I don't think you're recognizing, is signing players without the manager's approval, without the manager specifically asking for them. This is board signings. That's the problem. Havertz, board signing. Lukaku, board signing. Chelsea are ready to make a serious attempt to sign Dusan Vlahovic from Juventus, who may be forced to sell their striker after the recent legal issues at the club. I saw this. I was going to talk about it as well. Safe for bringing it up. Ben Jacobs also said there's a real possibility that Vlahovic will leave Juve in 2023. A January exit is not being ruled out by those close to him. Several top European clubs are in touch with his agent, including Chelsea, although nothing is particularly advanced at this point. Now, Vlahovic is a quality striker, and I've wanted him since the Fiorentina days. And to an extent, I think he could potentially be able to make goals for himself, but not to a massive level. And I do think he's also going to be hindered by our lack of creativity. And that's going to be a problem for him. But I think long-term, it's talking about, okay, so we're talking about signing him. Long-term, this would be a decent option for us. Because when we rebuild the entire squad, having Vlahovic at the pinnacle of our attack would be brilliant for us. Right now, it doesn't really fix anything. I've said, like, I wanted a striker all through the summer, and all I've seen since the summer is that creativity is a bigger issue. We need better creators. We need players that can pick passes out, and then maybe you could look towards the attack. Like, I'd still bring Vlahovic in because Aubameyang is a short-term option. He's not going to be here longer than maybe 2024 max. Even then would be a madness. I feel like he's only here for a year or two. So I'd bring in Vlahovic, but it doesn't change anything. Creativity, creativity, creativity. That is our biggest problem. And until we fix that, we are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. So Vlahovic, I'd bring him, but that's, again, just part of the rebuild. It's not going to change nothing right now. Not going to change nothing. Check Matt Law. Well, what's Matt Law said? All right, cool. What's Matt Law said? Oh, it's the same stuff on Fofana. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, let me know if there's something new in it, because like that's the same thing we already knew. When we say our creators, who are they, Lewis? Chelsea have no creators. When I say our creators, I mean the people who are meant to be our creators. Mount and Havertz. Vlahovic will die a painful death, relying on service from them. Same thing with Fofana. Aubameyang, we have already seen, is struggling because of the lack of service. And I've kept saying, like, Aubameyang is being given a very, very unfair rep here because he's not missing clear-cut chances. He is just not being fed anything. Until he starts missing clear-cut chances, I'm not gunning for him because the problem is our creativity. So until we get creators, I'm not interested. Felix, I did see links with him again in January. Potential loan offer with an option to buy. That I would 100% be down for, because that's like testing out a car before you buy it. We can bring him in, see how he fits, see how he impacts the team. If he benefits us, make it a permanent deal. If he doesn't, back to Atletico you go. Simple as. And I think that's a very safe option for us, if that's the case. But we have to see. That's one of those things that sounds way too good to be true. So play that one by ear. But if João Felix is available on loan, I'm in for it. If it's a permanent deal, I'm a bit more wary. I've said he's like Havertz, but with better finishing technique and with better creativity, but he still needs to be a bit more physical. And I don't know. I just weren't really too sold on him after that Morocco game. And that just felt a bit too Havertz for my liking. So I don't know. I don't know. But if it's a loan offer, it's basically risk-free. Who you backing Sunday, Lewis? Oh, France. Give me 2 World Cups for this guy right here. Any day of the week. Giroud deserves it, bruv. I'm here for it. At least you have indoor heating. Yeah, but shit, cost of living's trying to take that away from us too, innit? Sorry, Lewis. Hope you get better, bro. Thank you for that, my guy. Please tell me where you got your night top from. I think this was a Christmas present from years back. Yeah, years ago, bro. I can't tell you, man. I'm just the Nike store, maybe. Have a look on there. They have some good hoodies on there still. But thank you for the kind words. Galib says, hate winter too, but I used to live with... Fucking hell. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. You feeling any better? A little bit. A little bit. If I felt any worse than I did now, I can't lie, I wouldn't have gone live. But I haven't streamed in like 2 or 3 days. I need to try and keep some sort of consistency. So we're just going to brave it. We're just going to brave it. What else? What else? Do a poll. Ronaldo. Do you guys want me to do a poll on this? Or are we all just in agreement of no? Let me know. Let me know, guys. Havertz still better than lazy, useless Sterling, to be honest. No, he's not. The bar is in hell, but Sterling's better than Havertz. No. No, Lampard came out in an interview and basically said Havertz was a board signing. So, no. Big up Matthew Lee, my guy. Big up, bro. This is my thing. This is my thing. And he would fit into the Premier League well. He's tall, he's physical, he's got all those attributes, but he needs service. Mountain Havertz will kill this guy. So bring him in if you want to, but I'm not going to expect Vlahovic to change much until we bring creators. Simple as. Have you seen the tweet about Vivell for Ben Jacobs? I did see it, but I'm just going to let that continue to play out. All it means is that we're one step closer to bringing him into Chelsea, and then that strengthens our infrastructure. But we're already on the lookout for more signings anyway, so it's not going to change too much. But appreciate the donation as well, my friend. Appreciate it. 350 guys are in here. Big up all you, man. We've hit 100 likes. Now let's try and hit 200 before I send the link out to everybody. What else is everyone saying? This flu's fucked me up so bad I can barely even talk. Can't be arsed. No midfielder does line-breaking passes consistently. Facts. Well, none of ours, at least. 50, 70 million for a... I can't pronounce his name, bruv, but yes, I would. I saw the stats that you sent me as well, bruv. I'm sold. Bring him in. And if he's that sort of price tag, that would be a brilliant addition for us. I'm down for it. It's not just Mount and Havertz, such a lazy narrative. Sterling does shit. Same with all of our attackers in midfield. Yeah, you're right. Sterling has been poor for the last month and a half. I agree. Mount and Havertz have been poor for longer. Sterling has shown what he's capable at another club. Havertz hasn't. Mount hasn't. Hasn't done it since 2021, personally. I know what Sterling can bring. All I get with Mount and Havertz is people telling me what they can do if we put him in this position and if we get this, this, and this done in the right way. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. At least Sterling was carrying this attack on its back when Tuchel was here. Yeah, bro, he's already passed the proper Chelsea test. He's already passed it, my guy. Oh, yeah, I did watch AEW. Only in parts, though. Fucking, I thought they would do a better ending for the main event, but it was understandably predictable. But I like that they're building to the fucking Bryan Danielson feud. That's going to be really good. Let Ziyech start v Bournemouth. If he wants to stay, maybe. If he doesn't, don't let him tank his transfer value anymore and just sell him in January. All depends on his stance. Leao makes more sense, but we need to drop this stupid crap wanting every winger to run about like a headless chicken like Mount. Leao, I'm kind of in two thoughts about with him. I've seen from Milan News that Chelsea are prepared to offer AC Milan a sum of around 100 million euros for Leao at the end of the season. They're also ready to offer the player a monstrous contract in order to convince him to move to Chelsea. And I don't know. I don't know. I've heard we might be looking at him as a number 9 potentially, and that might work. That might sell me onto him a little bit more. Again, if we get creators, because nothing's going to change without that. But with Leao isn't really creative either. His passing stats aren't great either. His work rate isn't great. What else? He plays in a lot of space in Serie A. So I'm not necessarily all that sold on Leao. I think he's a quality finisher, quality dribbler, but in terms of the profile, is that really what we need right now? I don't know. Like, if you're going for Leao and Nkunku, and then, let's say, Vlahovic, and then you're going to have Sterling on the right or something, who's creating there? Who's creating? Like, Leao and Nkunku would be more like second strikers, really. So I don't know. I don't know. Leao, I see the quality on him, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm in a 50-50 state with him. Nah, Lewis, take the L on Sterling. You are wrong. He isn't better than Timo either. I'm gonna give him till the end of this season, but as of right now, I'm not taking any L on Sterling. We'll see how he plays. Like, if he continues to flop, then fuck him. Get rid. I've already been saying for the last month I've wanted Pulisic to start over Sterling anyway. So let's not act like I'm a Sterling stan or anything like that. But I think he's much better than a lot of our players. Even though, again, the bar is in hell. It is literally in hell. But, hey, we move. The last poll had yes to Ronaldo. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, Rodman, big up yourself, my guy. And everyone, please hit the likes. My voice is literally disappearing, bruv. Sterling has been replaced by Foden and Saka. Yeah, and Saka's better. You could debate Foden's better. Like, well, what do you want? What do you want? Yeah, bruv, everyone's got the flu. Everyone's got the flu, bruv. Pep saw Sterling declining. No way he's letting him go to Chelsea. Hey, then what about with Jesus and Zinchenko? Because I don't want to say too much about that one. But regardless, Sterling needs to be a lot better too. I'm not going to blindly defend these terrible performances from him. I just believe I can see better from him. But he also needs to show that. He needs to show that. And if he doesn't, I'm going to be on his neck even more. Simple as. But You guys know how I roll. I'm a lot more patient with players in their first season. That's just the way I am. If he was like this in season 2, I'd be on his neck every week. But as of right now, I'm going to be a bit patient with Sterling. Oh. Any midfield news? Nothing really. Nothing that I've seen. Yeah, nothing that I've seen. Lewis, Chelsea scouts in Qatar, watching for an Ecuadorian centre-back. Piero Incopia from Bayer. 22 million, 20 years old. I watch his numbers. He's got potential. Looks like a young Varane. I'll have to have a look on that. I think I remember hearing his name during the group stage, but I'll have to do my research on that before I speak anymore. I don't know. I don't know. There's something brewing with Havertz. Man's going to drop a masterclass second after. Yes, he will, bruv, because we already know what he's like. Just let's hope it's longer than 6 games. Let's hope it's longer than that. Because if it's a fucking 5-game purple patch, I'll praise it, but do not ask me to be moved, because I won't be. He's a natural 9. Yeah, I can see him play as a 9. I can see him do that. And we wouldn't need him to be creative from that position. In terms of playing him on the wing, though, I don't know how much it helps us, though. I don't know how much it does. Like, there's pros and cons to that one. Who else is in here? Oh, shit, Leo's in here. Big up, bro. Usually, you'd be telling me to drop my agendas. But hey, here's what it is. Big up, man. I am not a Sterling stan. I am not. If I'm a stan for anybody, it's Reece James, Thiago Silva, and Kovacic. That's it. That is it. I'm not a stan for anybody else. Oh, and also AC, of course, AC. Imagine, like, this fucking ridiculous, bruv. I will give Sterling time to either prove people wrong or prove people right. I'm not judging a signing after 6 months. I'm not doing it. After the first season, we can assess, see whether he's been good or he's been shit. He will be here for the second season. So if he doesn't improve by then, done, finished. But I'm not writing him off so quickly. Yeah, bro, don't worry, man. We've all been going through it. We all have. Big up yourself anyway, though, Charlie. Big up, bro. You guys, anyone who wants Ronaldo is an enemy of progress, bro. Enemy of progress. That second season thing, it's not waffle. It's not waffle. I've literally been like that with every signing. Every signing. When Timo Werner was missing chances for fun in his first season, I remember I literally had Sammy laughing in my face while he was missing chances. I was there like, give him another season, man. Give him a year to adjust and we'll see what he's like. Same thing with Havertz. Same thing with fucking everybody. Different teams, different systems, all of that. Thoughts on people saying Leao could be merged into a number 9? I can see it. I can see it. And that would be a much better option for us. Because if you're asking him to play as a winger, you're asking him to be a bit more creative, in my opinion. Like, if you're talking about the dribbling aspect as well, you're playing in a much more open league in Syria. Like, first off, the San Siro is a much bigger pitch than Stamford Bridge. He's playing in a much more transitional side, which means he has a lot more space to deal with. And I don't think he's going to have that same sort of space in the Premier League. Low blocks are people's biggest enemies. And that's where I'm a bit worried about Leao. If you bring him as a number 9, though, that changes things. Because now it's just more focused on his finishing. And Leao's a good finisher. That I will not take away from him. Good finisher, good dribbler. But yeah, that would be that's where I would be sold on Leao. If we're bringing him in to play any deeper than a number 9, not really. Not really. Not for the price tag that they're asking for. Can't we get Victor Osimhen? What? Fucking negotiate with Napoli? God forbid, bro. Napoli are so hard to negotiate with, and they will refuse to let their best players go. That's why, like, anyone dreaming of Kvaratskhelia coming to Chelsea, that shit ain't happening either. So get that one out of your heads too. It's just not happening. How excited are you for Chelsea returning? 6. I do miss Chelsea a little bit. But I know it will only take 15 minutes of football for me to wish the World Cup was back. But that's just Chelsea, innit? That's just Chelsea. Yeah, I remember. I think you brought that up earlier. I need to do that. I've just been too focused on Christmas shopping. Don't forget Jorginho. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. But I'm also critical of Jorginho where I think it's necessary. I just like seeing people's reactions to him because I think there's two massive extremes about him and it's fucking hilarious. But I understand a lot of the criticisms too. What? Fucking hell, bro. Honestly, Lewis, I want Hazard back. I hear you, man. I hear you, bruv. Fine. We'll put this stupid Ronaldo to Chelsea poll up. Fine, you keep asking. There you go. You got your Ronaldo to Chelsea thing. Do you think we got a plan B if we didn't get Vardiol? Probably. And if not, there'll be other options that will show themselves. I think everyone's just been focused on Vardiol because, number one, the World Cup. Number two, we've already been linked with him. Oh, don't tell me my fucking laptop's going to go in a minute. All right, cool. Give me a sec. I'm going to send the link out to everybody. Bear with me for a quick sec while I just send the link out. I think that's everyone. Oh yeah, Instagram. I keep fucking forgetting about Instagram. Galib, I'll come back to that message in a sec. Although if you want the link as well, just let me know. Cool. Yep, I think that is everyone. I think it is. Oh no, wait. Nearly forgot Alex. Can't be asked. Cool. That is everyone. Yes, guys. What are you all saying?
No, man.
Big up,
Very
Scott.
happy about the news today.
What was that, Scott?
I was very happy about the news today, the signing that we've made. Literally, like, I haven't got a single bad thing to say about the signing. Like, it's everything I asked for in terms of the type of signing as I wanted us to make. You know, a guy from an off league that is doing well, that's out there. The price is good. The way it was done in terms of it's just announced. Like, the first we hear about is when the signing is announced, basically. Like, genuinely a perfect signing for me in terms of like the exact type of player or the exact type of signing or scouting I want us to do. Like it's genuinely like I do not have a bad word to say about the signing in general. Like regardless of how he ends up doing, it's the exact type of signing that I want.
Yeah, low risk, high reward, or if it flops, we barely spent like 10 million on him. I don't think there's anything that anyone could have an issue with, unless you're expecting him to come in and change everything, and he's not going to do that. Not going to do that.
Guys.
Fofana at the back, Fofana up the front. Chelsea gonna win the Champions League.
Let's go. Let's go. What's your thoughts on the Fofana transfer from what you've seen? Or is it same energy? Same thoughts?
No, that's why like what's the name? I knew the kid was the talent. I like watched him since he came out of daddy's bowls. I know everything about him.
Big Ivory Coast fan, Al?
Yeah.
What
the fuck that kid is. First of all, if he's 20, if he looks like 20 now, for fuck's sake, man.
Are you saying check the birth certificate, Alex?
Yes.
Fuck
yeah, no, I mean, like, yes, I think Scott pretty much like it's the type of signing you'd expect from, right? They're all from like one of these mid teams.
You losing
it's a low risk
coming in and out.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm in the car for a second, so I apologize.
No worries.
Yeah, no, it's a good low risk, high reward kind of signing. Like Scott was saying, you know, if he ends up being a player, you got him for 10 million, and if he stinks, then you've got him for 10 million.
Let's not bring any rewards yet. Let's not bring any rewards yet. So let's just say it's a low risk.
Yeah.
No, it's high reward. Like it's not
no
like
reward.
No, there is, because like in terms of like the signing you can make, because it's not like it's someone like Leao, for example, where that's high risk. Depending on the price, that's high risk and high reward. Like he could end up being the best player in the league, but for the money you're spending on him, there is a massive risk.
You can talk about it later. You cannot talk about reward that the guy haven't even been at Stamford Bridge.
It's a phrase, Alex. It's a low risk, high reward.
Okay. I know it's a phrase.
If he flops, there's no risk. There's literally you can flip him again. If he flops, you can flip him again easily for what you made from him from a Bundesliga or a Serie A, or you can literally send him anywhere for basically what you paid for him. Someone out there will pay what you paid for him.
Well, that's what I was saying about Barkley, but that didn't work. Even 15 mil was too much for him.
Hey, but I swear we recouped all of that. We got like 11 mil off the Villa.
They got, but I like essentially, Alex, like it's not doesn't really at 10 million. It doesn't really hurt the club if he ends up being a bum.
Yeah. There's
but if he ends up being like, you know, his numbers at Mold are pretty impressive. Like if he does end up becoming something in the future, well, then you just secured a potential 4 or 5 year striker for 10 million.
Yeah,
that's good business.
But then that's you get someone that's going to be part of the dynasty at your club that you're hoping to build, or if worse comes to worse, in terms of he comes good and wants to leave, you're making like at least 5-6 times your money on him. At least it's like you can then use that money to go and get someone else. Like,
well, you see, now I'm gonna I understand. Like when I was saying like, I don't believe in process and all that kinds of stuff because it was never show me the process. You know what I'm saying? When what's his face? What's your name? Scott. When Scott was saying like, we need scouting. I want that. There was up to the point until like literally was De Bruyne. I didn't even know who De Bruyne fuck was before he came to Chelsea, or surely for that matter. So I still like I'm saying like now I see what you were saying, that scouting. This is proper scouting. You know what I'm saying? For me, Leao is not a scouting.
No, it's not.
There's no scouting involved whatsoever. And if we get Leao,
there's some scouting involved. It's not. Yeah, there's some scouting involved because you have to go and look at the player, see how he performs, see envision whether he fits into the system you want to play. But it's these type of guys that it's these type of guys that you need the proper scan of, where it's like
That's what
basically unless you watch unless you watch an absurd amount of football, like basically no Chelsea fan will know who this guy is. Like you might know his name probably from like Football Manager or something, but in terms of watching him play, I guarantee basically no Chelsea fan has watched him play. I include myself in that matter. I haven't. Most of what I've heard about this guy is from people that do watch an absurd amount of football and they have good things to say. That's it. But that's the right type of scouting for me, because it's the same with players like the other teams. Like it's the same that other teams are doing in the league that we haven't done. Like they will go and sign someone that might not be as out there as Fofana is, but it's more out there than just doing the obvious and go and sign Havertz for 72 million and pretending like that's a great deal. That's a great bit of scouting we've done. And no, that's fucking shit. Like that's not scouting. That's literally you went and bought the best young player supposedly in the world at the time.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like with a guy like Leao, like there's really two options. But all of them are high risk. So it's either high risk, high reward, or high risk, no reward. And with a signing like this, there's really only one scenario. It's low risk, high reward. There's no low risk, lower risk, because you're talking about £10 million. So like there's more bend or break with Leao than there's a guy like this. This is purely a scouting. It sounds like Brighton were on this guy back in November, trying to get him to sign for Brighton, and they were able to obviously convince him now to come to a much bigger club. But yeah, no, it's a good signing. It's what you want to see from the kind of guys we brought in, all the scouting guys we brought in, the sporting staff that we brought in. Like these are the things you expected to see, with this group. So it's only a positive. I mean, there's not a lot of negatives here, in my opinion. And yes, I've never watched him play other than the compilations this morning. So
I didn't watch the compilations because I don't want to.
I saw one goal. I saw a comp of one goal, and that was it. I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen nothing, and I don't want to see nothing because the minute I'm gonna see, somebody's gonna say, "Oh, he's next that."
No, he's not the next anything. He's not the next anything, but he does appear to have really good. He does appear to have really good technical ability. He's absolutely rapid, pace-wise.
He looks like he has a bright shoulders, which means that he's physical enough. So
yeah, he's got a good
PMP.
he has a good base to build like a good, strong Premier League striker kind of body. Again, extremely rapid. I think in the few things I went and watched on him, I mean, he has some incredible pace.
The question will be if actually the birth certificate value to genetics that the guy is actually 20. Because he looks like my uncle. Fuck's sake, that dude.
Well, it's funny. Like I think Dortmund had we've been talking about Moukoko so much. Like there was some talk about that with him a year or two ago about wanting to check his actual birth certificate. I think he was like 15 at the time, and he was just lighting it up. But no, I mean,
is that me or he actually looks like Ava Fofana? Are they actually related?
Who?
I don't think they're related.
I don't know if
they look the same.
I think there is a resemblance between them.
What?
Just put the two pictures together.
Yeah, pull up the photos. Pull up the photos.
I'm serious. Pull up the photos side by side. You will see what I'm talking about.
Piss, bro. One second.
No.
Am I really doing this? They
don't first of all,
seriously, I think. Josh, did you see it or no?
You are not serious.
I'm serious, man.
You're not gonna pull another white man into your little tirade.
Do what?
Alex is like, Josh, take my side. Come on, back me up.
I didn't say that. You shut up,
Alex. Alex, first of all, the striker Fofana is way darker than the defender Fofana. So
you see, I don't see shades of dark. You see, I'm not that person.
Of course not.
Fofana looks more like Reece James than he does the striker Fofana.
No, the face features, I swear, man, it looks like Fofana for me.
1 second. I'll
like
get
the jaw lines and stuff.
I don't know where you'll see. Right, so this and this. What?
Go back.
It's hard.
Oh yeah, you tweaking.
Bro, take
I
them glasses
swear,
off.
man.
They ain't helping, bro. They ain't helping. Oh my god. Hey guys in the comment section, none of that, because it ain't a race.
I'm not
He's
saying
wrong.
I'm
He's
not
wrong.
saying we're
That's
like
it.
twin brothers, like identical. I'm saying there is a face features, like the jawline and
Facial
stuff.
features.
Yeah.
Just
You see
stop,
the
man. You're digging
jawline?
a bigger hole, man. Just stop. Just let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, no. I don't see it, bro. I don't
Alex,
see
if they didn't have the same name, would you have thought that?
Do what? Look, mine.
I said if they didn't have the same name, would you have thought
Look,
that?
mine is one of those things that can create something that's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like the peripheral vision. There's no actual vision. There's a brain that makes that adjustment to it. You know what I'm saying? So when you put those kind of things like a last name, you start to look for similarities, and the brain looks for it.
No, I get that.
Just say you
I
need
get
glasses
that.
and you refuse to get them, bro. That's the reality.
Joe Cole and Ashley
You
Cole.
refuse to
Josh,
get the
oh,
glasses.
damn.
I get what.
You need those, bro.
Do Joe Cole and Ashley
No,
Cole?
Alex is like, no,
really
Ashley
share
Cole
the
and
same
Colton Cole
surname?
look alike.
Listen, Redneck has 10 out of 20 vision. Let's move on, man.
Shut up.
He can't see shit, man.
Right, see that.
Damn.
Alex
Yeah.
lives in the boondocks of North Carolina. He
Can't see nothing right now,
see
man.
too much of our kind too often.
Ah, fuck my throat. CNAC says this youngster seems promising, but we can sign prime Drogba. If that dog poo midfield doesn't get fixed, his future will be wasted like the other attack. But again, he's a long-term option at the start of a rebuild. So I'm not too worried about the service from anything. He's not going to come in to be our number one striker. Hell, we might be looking for a second striker on top. So he'd be a number 3. He's going to be something for the future. And by then,
like
your creativity issues sorted. Sorry, Josh, go on.
No, I'm the one who interrupted. My fault. He'll basically be like a Broja replacement for the second half of the year. Like they're basically the same age. He'll come in. He'll get the few minutes that Broja would get here and there. If he beds in, all right, and that'll be it. It's not like he's coming to take.
It looks like we might have sped up like our acquisition of him. Like we would have maybe waited a little bit longer, maybe till the summer, giving him time. But we just said, fuck it. You know, Broja is out. We might as well pull this up a little bit closer.
Absolutely.
Especially if worst case scenario, Broja ends up being out for 12 months.
Oh
Exactly.
my god.
And I don't know what people have said, but
officially
like,
racist
out
the
of the
net
other
chat.
options that I heard
We
know,
know you ain't
people.
racist, man. We ain't even listening to that
Are you
shit.
good?
Big
I heard
ups.
us going for
Go on, Daniel.
Felix. I heard us going for Vlahovic. I heard us going for certain guys where, like, we're not a rehabilitation center, guys.
Yeah.
Rehabilitate just shit guys and make them good and reform them. Those type of
We
signings,
never did it. That's the problem. We never did it.
not
We did.
rehabilitation.
We always get those players, but name me one that actually changed.
None. Falcao failed. So even if you go all the way back to Sebastian Veron, that failed too. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys that we've said, oh yeah, he didn't work here, but he can work at Chelsea. Nah, we ain't the club for that. You know what I'm saying? So we've tried everything else when it comes to signing players, from close to world class to super promising for 75 million to all these different levels. We haven't tried this yet. You know what I'm saying? Where we get an unknown guy in the forward line and see what he does. Yeah. So I'm actually excited for this. Everything else was right.
Dan, you're saying you'd rather like spend your money and minutes on a guy like this than a guy like Vlahovic, where it's like we've seen this guy at like 2 or 3 clubs now. Yeah. He's basically a bum. Like,
and it's also a commitment, right? Once you get Vlahovic, this is your number 1 striker. This is your guy. This is who it is. And I don't like us rushing to do that for players who are in bad form or going through whatever, haven't proven it at the higher level. The same thing was said about this Delict kid, right? What happened to him? He ended up getting benched for his national team because he's not that good. You know what I'm saying? And him going to Bayern didn't change the fact that he's not that good. He's just not a good enough player to play at this high level. Now, I'm not saying Vlahovic isn't. He might be, but I don't want to get any player who's struggling at a different club to come to Chelsea and then somehow we're going to reach.
What you're saying is you want him to go from Juve to another club, do well there, and then that's when we look at getting him.
That's when we can, that's when we can sign you after, because of his age, like if this Fofana kid doesn't work,
that's the problem.
If this kid doesn't work, it's 10 million, guys. It's 10 million.
I see what you're saying.
Another promising club can sign him, but if you get Vlahovic for, let's say, 60, a cut deal for 50 or 60, you're basically, he has to work. You know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of a difference.
Well, they paid 50 for him. So how is that 50, 60? It's cut deal.
I don't know how much they paid for him, but I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't sell him for less than what they paid for him. So like 50, 10 million more, 50, you know what I'm saying? You get him, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, like I agree completely. Like for me, a guy like Vlahovic, I put him in like the same category as guys like Piatek and Bellotti, where it was like they had these really good seasons, and then a guy Piatek switches clubs, he did absolutely nothing. Switched clubs again, he's done nothing. Same with Bellotti. Bellotti was at where Sampdoria, or was it? Torino. Forever, he did well. He left to go to Roma, still nothing there. Like these are the guys like you want to avoid that kind of guy. And Vlahovic smells a lot like that kind of guy to me. I'd rather spend my investment on a young guy.
The biggest thing for me with Vlahovic, like regardless of how his form is, like I like him as I like his profile as a striker. The biggest thing for me is what Lewis said earlier. Here, he's done fuck all in this team because the creativity is still fucked.
None of them.
Like, regardless of whether we signed him, regardless of whether we signed like whoever, like if their profile is a typical number 9 who ain't gonna do a lot else, they're doing fuck all in this team until we start working on the creativity problem. They're doing fuck all.
I just don't. There's something about Vlahovic. What's the name? I think still there's a good player and he's still young. I don't think anybody should be judged on Juventus right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad player either. I think he's
not 60 million or 50 million player. No. I gotta address this. Hold on a second. I gotta address this. From now on, from past this moment, if anybody's gonna call me racist again, I'm gonna start fucking blocking you from the chat. You got it?
Ignore it, bro.
Yeah, and you know what? That's fair, guys. Run jokes if you want to, but don't say racism.
Again, this is your last warning. You can watch something else.
I'll be real. He can block who he wants at this point as well, because like,
I agree with what Alex said as well. Like, if we're going back to football, like I don't know what it is about UV. They're literally, bro. They're a hellhole. I don't know what it is, what they do with players. They are literally a black hole for players. I don't know what it is, fam. Like that. So I'm not necessarily going to judge him, but it's like I said, I agree with Alex. I think he's a good player, and I like the profile of player. But his profile in this team right now, with the other issues we've got,
he actually reminds me of Dzeko. He's a Dzeko kind of forward. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not like step over technique player. He's one turn physical player front. Typical Eastern European forward.
Would you guys agree that a top striker should be the last piece of the fucking puzzle for us?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Like once we fix everything else, and it's like, okay, we have a great team, then we can go bring the last piece, So for now, I'm just like that. And again, there aren't that many world-class strikers out there. The ones who are world-class are old, right?
Let me rephrase my answer. Yes, unless they are more of a complete striker mold in the form of someone like a Tony. And I'm not saying he's world class, but in terms of they are able to do more than just be a typical number 9, where they're able, someone like a Kane, for example, they're able to drop deep, get involved in play. If they're able to do more with their game, I'm happy with getting them now. But if you're going to get a number 9 who is purely in the Vlahovic, in an Aubameyang, in a Lukaku, if they're literally just a number 9, they've got nothing else, then I completely agree. They are the last.
We need do more. Vlahovic to work, Scott. Yeah. You need the better midfield.
You need more
Vlahovic to work. You need the better midfield immediately.
Better midfield, better wingers.
Exactly, because he will actually demand ball to come from the middle and from the sides. He cannot be only ball coming from the sides. He's not that cup of. He's not that striker that. He's not the step over strikers. What?
He can't create on himself.
You fucking idiots, people with the glasses, man.
Listen, Tony, and
good joke there.
I really like Tony's profile, right? I think he could possibly be like an Anelka type, not in terms of the way he plays, but where he's a good player playing for a team like Bolton, right? Brentford, and he can come to Chelsea and do really, really well. I don't think he's the Drogba though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's ever going to be a Drogba-like superstar that elevates us to a crazy level. But yeah, I would be okay with.
Do we even know if Tony's going to play again?
I don't think he is.
He's not going to play again.
He's going to play, but he's not going to play the next.
He's going to be fine next year.
I was going to say, he'll probably just get a ban or a fine or something.
He's gonna get
Yeah,
banned.
ban. There's no way, man.
He's getting banned for sure because that's literally what Kieran
He's getting
Trippier got banned for.
He's getting banned.
Like, Kieran Trippier still
Yeah.
plays. He's now playing at probably the
How
best
long
level.
did
He's going to get
Yeah.
banned.
Hold on.
Trippier got what,
Kieran
12
Trippier.
games?
No, hold on. Kieran Trippier got suspended for 12 games for one case, for one account.
Yeah. Do you know
For
how
one
many
account.
Tony
Ivan
got?
Tony has like over 200. So they have to multiply it.
Listen, you give
They
him-
have to
you give him the rest of
multiply
the
it.
season. What do you want?
No, I don't
have
think
to
he's
make
ever going to
money.
play again.
For the-
Play
No,
again.
no.
I think he will. I
Two
think he
different
will.
extremes. Two different extremes. I think
Yeah, I
he
think
could
he
get
will.
a flat fine, like up to a year or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's about
Yeah,
it.
play it,
possibly,
but
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think he'll get anything more.
He'll
I don't
definitely
Okay,
play.
maybe we should
How old
move
is
on
Tony?
from-
How old is Tony?
26 or 27? 26, I think.
Ooh. Let
I'm
me ask you
telling
then,
you,
if he gets banned for a year and he goes on a very cut price,
26.
would you
26.
buy him?
27 in March.
Yeah, I would.
I would take a cut fee. I expect he'll be playing at some point next
Yeah.
season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he, by the way, does that mean in England he cannot play or anywhere else?
It will probably count elsewhere too.
Okay.
Good
I think
question.
it probably would.
Unless it's not FIFA, which is Asia. Asia is not FIFA.
No, but I'm sure we've seen other suspensions get carried on into other leagues and
Is it?
such.
Is it?
I can't give examples,
that's
but I
dealing
do
with this,
remember
or is-
seeing that happen before.
Is it FIFA dealing with this, or is it the FA? So it's just
No,
the FA
it's
that
FA dealing,
If
but
it's
I'm
the
pretty
FA.
sure it's the FA, but I'm pretty sure that the FIFA
Yeah.
will probably just accept
FIFA
it as well. Because
they'll-
Kieran Trippier was also suspended for the Champions League as well. He didn't play for
but Kieran
Atletico.
Trippier was doing it. He was playing in Europe. I'm talking about there's a leagues that does not qualify go under the FIFA. There's a Asian league. So I'm saying like, so he will not lose any kind of form. You can send him to a league that unknown and let him play over there. As bad as it is, but it's better than just train all the year.
No, we don't got time. Listen, if
So
Tony's banned,
you will
he's
not do that, Daniel.
No. If Tony's
Okay.
like, he's not. Again, if he was a Drogba type player, it's like, yeah, we can park him there, and then when he comes in, you know what I mean. He can. I think he's the second guy. Like he would be a perfect guy to.
Right, CNAC as well. Just bring this one up, saying, Alex, you cool, but those gas station glasses need to go. Go to Lens Crafters or something. Fucking mad. But yeah, big
of
up,
all,
bro. Big up, man.
I just need the
Appreciate
readers.
donation
I just
too.
check my site. It's not the
Yeah,
site.
that comparison was funny, bro. I don't know where you saw that, but it's whatever.
I don't know, man.
It's whatever.
But those are
yeah,
readers.
big up yourself, Kai, as well. Hope you're good, bro. Hope you're good. What are you guys saying about Leao potentially? Prefer him
I
as a
don't want
number
the
9.
the
prefer
money,
him as a
the
left
money.
winger?
I'm
Yeah,
starting to
the
question.
money's kind of pushed me off him. I can't lie.
I'm starting to
No,
question.
we have to get Leao. We have to.
Yeah,
Get
Leao.
left
The
side.
thing about Leao for me, and I, because I was listening to yours and Guni's stream the other day, Lewis, when you were talking about him, and I was kind of hearing what you're saying, but then I heard Rio Ferdinand talk the other day. It was last night, I think it was, about the France. It was the France Morocco semi-final, and something he said like made me think. It was like, I can't remember the exact words, but it's like when you've got someone who is that special, can offer you that much going forward, like you can make mitigation, you can do things to account for him being like lazy defensively. And I think we had that with Hazard. I'm not saying that Leao is on the Hazard level right now, but I'm saying in terms of his ability as a player, I'm saying that he can have an impact potentially for Chelsea to the same extent with how he plays in terms of his going forward play. And
Him and James working, so I don't know. There's a brother.
if he can have that same impact going forward that Hazard had for us in terms of what Hazard did. Again, I'm not saying he's as good a player. I'm saying you can make mitigations. I'm saying you can do things, you can put things in place to mitigate the fact that defensively speaking, he is a lazy player. And I think I'd be happy doing that. Depending on what those mitigations are, I think I'd be happy doing that for Leao. Obviously, it depends on price, but he's one player that I think I'd be happy making it like, I'd be fine with him not tracking back and finding ways to make that work if he can then change the game for us, like Hazard did.
For me, it wasn't even
But
the
it's not
work
like
rate that stood out the most for me, though. It was more like the passing isn't really there. He's a better number 9. Like, I'm fine with him coming as a 9 if that's the plan for him. But if we're going to bring him in as a winger, I feel like we need someone who's a kind of bit more well-rounded.
Can you bring Dan W comment, please?
Not really the best passer.
No, I don't know about that, Lewis. You might, Lewis.
Respectfully,
That dude is a pretty damn good pass. He's a pretty damn good passer.
One at a time.
He's a pretty damn good passer.
How many wingers out there are better finisher than him that we can get? I don't think there's much that's better than him.
Off the top of my head, like I can't tell you.
You know what I'm saying? So, but and he's my thing with him is like he's an explosive player, right? He's like a weapon that most teams don't have, right? But the top teams do have it. All of them have one player who is just destructive if you catch him one-on-one, or if he's like on the, you know what I mean, like a Vinicius, a Salah, a Haaland, those type of guys, like an Mbappe. He has that with him. Now he's not a beat 4 or 5 players at once like Hazard. He will never be that. But you leave him one-on-one, he's beating you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're the best.
Hakim Ziyech comment because
the only behind and
the audacity, man.
Go from our half to him scoring. That's
Ziyech defense.
That Ziyech comment, man. Ziyech comment is like Leao is a lazy player, never defend. The lazy.
Might as well watch TV, man, when Ziyech plays.
Ziyech is not lazy. That's the thing. Ziyech has a massive misconception about him as a player. He's not a lazy player. It's just it's his body language that people like.
No. He's.
It's kind of the same for Leao too, though.
He's quick to give up. He's not lazy, but he's quick to give up.
Leao is the same. I'm saying like Leao can defend. It's just he's not really motivated.
I don't know about Leao. I've watched him like 5 times. I'm still not sold.
I'll say Leao's a lazy defender, but like at the same time, I don't necessarily care if he can offer you something. Like if he's going to change the game for you, and like Daniel said, if he's going to offer that X factor for you in attack basically every game, again, similarly to how Hazard did, I'm happy mitigating for that. I'm happy meaning you have to work your midfield around, so you have to account for that. If it means that every game you're going to be a threat because he's in your team, like the only winger that's semi-available right now that I'm thinking that I'd get ahead of Leao is Kvaratskhelia. He's the only one.
He's not available, bro.
He's not a winger.
But you're not getting him off Napoli with De Laurentiis. Much of a
you're not touching him for another.
Well, if we
at least 100.
If we don't get Leao, if we don't get Leao, someone else will. Real Madrid will, or Bayern will in a few years. The guy is very good. I don't understand people saying that he's not a good passer. He's a very good passer, man. You can't judge him
what I'm saying, based on 5 times I watched him, I'm not sold. But I'm okay with checking him. Depends on how much he costs.
But fair enough.
For me, though, Lewis, I don't necessarily care about the passing because it's everything else he's going to give you. He is going to cause chaos for opposition players because he's going to attract 2, 3, 4 players that create space for everyone else. Like he's going to do what we think Sterling should be doing.
Guys,
and the thing is, when he does that, then you get space for players like Aubameyang if he stays.
Also, he's not going to have the passing stats. He's not going to have the passing stats from midfielder as well, man. There's no way he's going to have like the passing
look at what. Sorry, just before you go, Daniel. I know it's international football. Look what Mbappe does for France in terms of every team goes 2 or 3 man against him, or they were before Morocco goes 2 or 3 man against him, and they leave space for Griezmann, Dembele, for Giroud. Like it creates so much space for everyone else that then they're going to get chances, they're going to get the opportunity to score, and then that's where you can see and judge. Oh, because you're getting more chances for X player. If they're then doing shit with those chances, then you can realize, hey, cool, maybe that if we change that guy, then the team is working again. Like we can actually start to judge and see if Aubameyang is going to do any good for this team, because if he's getting so many more chances because he gets more space with Leao being in the team and it still ain't working, cool. Then it's like, well, this guy ain't good enough. Like, what was the point with this guy? Then you change for a Vlahovic or a Fofana if he comes good, or whoever.
So basically, get Leao so Mount can't hide anymore.
It's not just about hiding.
Mount can't hide right now.
So much going forward. You offer so much going forward, and it's not just the fact of like, yeah, his passing ain't great, but like it's everything else he's going to offer you. I'm not expecting.
It's pretty damn good though.
Yeah,
I don't even know why we're saying that. His passing is pretty damn good. I've seen him put some crosses in for Giroud that have been peaches.
His passing doesn't
he's a
have
winger,
to be
man.
crazy, because the fact is that we did sign somebody. And people are forgetting that we signed him, whose passing is supposed to be on a different level. Now it's the Bundesliga. Yo, I don't really, Bundesliga is Bundesliga, but he was the best player in the Bundesliga. Nkunku is coming. You know what I'm saying? So everything doesn't have to be Leao's.
Yeah, I
has to
forgot
have
about
the
Nkunku
full
as well.
package of everything. No, like another player who's supposed to be a world-class player is coming. You know what I'm saying? If we say it in a way where just mirroring our old team, right? Which you really can't, but let's say we're mirroring our old team, and then Nkunku's coming in as like the Hazard type of player, the better passer, the better creator. We'll still get some goals, but he's mainly a playmaker. That's his role. He's a playmaker, right? Wow, you can see kind of a switch, right? If Leao is coming in for Willian, you're not getting the hard-working, tracking back element. You're getting an explosive player going forward who can score a lot of goals. So you make up for it in different ways. Maybe you have number 8 to do that role because you have.
And then Nkunku's a great presser, incredible.
Hey, maybe I'm focusing too much on the passing side of things. Fair enough.
Maybe it just means instead of
you want to get midfielders who can pass, want to get Nkunku's coming in. Like it's not. We should never be a team that relies on Leao to pass for us. Because even AC Milan, when he was their only option, he wasn't the player they were looking to actually do that. They were trying to pass to him, find him over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up yourself, Galib, as well. But I see what you're saying, Daniel. To be honest, you've kind of turned me a little bit more on this Leao side. I was more 50-50, but now I feel like I'm leaning a bit more towards it. But
I'm more like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know if he's coming or not. It depends on.
He has that and people can underestimate it. But when you have it to this level, like that Gareth Bale, Haaland type speed, where you can get in behind and no one can actually touch you. Yeah, you have to get it.
And the best part about it, Danny, you didn't even mention it. The best part about it is it's effortless. Like when he runs, it's effortless. It's not like some of these players, like, bro, when Jorginho runs, it looks like he's putting all of it into just running, right? But for him, when he's running, it's just effortless.
What the fuck?
The thing I'll say as well,
because I'm looking for.
Compare him to our
even
current
Alex
winger.
thought that was unnecessary, bruv.
Our current winger, if he gets in behind, he's twice as fast as all of them.
That's what I'm looking. How he looks when he runs. If he looks like he's gassed or he looks like he's effortless. Is he gazelle?
Yes, he literally is a gazelle. He quite literally is a gazelle. Quite literally.
The thing with Leao as well that he's got
the last gazelle that I shot wasn't that fast, man. So
the thing that he's got as well that all the best wingers have, and I like, is the fact that he can.
Deer, not gazelles. Deer, same shit.
Is he can go and having the frame helps having the frame helps in terms of when he does this is he can get the ball, he can speed it up, then slow it down, then in a moment speed it up again. Like, and it's like you see, like, just an example. Again, I know people are going to try and say I'm making comparisons. He's this level of player, but look what Messi did to Gvardiol literally a couple of days ago, where he gets the ball, he speeds up, he gets to a point where he slows down Gvardiol, thinks he's got him, he switches it on, speeds up again, and he beats him. And Leao can do the same thing.
He saved us about 30 million.
Where he can
Messi saved us like 30 million.
Literally can speed it up straight away.
This is how
and the defenders can't read it.
And if Messi beats the defender, that the price goes down.
No. Trust me, in the conversations that'll come up.
I don't trust you. You just
said he was the best player in the tournament.
He's the best defender.
I think he's a good defender, but let's not say 30 million because Messi did the slow down, speed up thing. Seriously.
Guardiola.
Why are we talking about Leao when we actually have signings that, like, even that Fofana kid? Like,
we've already talked about him. What more do you want to say? Nobody knows anything about him.
Well, there's a thing called Google.
He came in like 6 hours ago.
Like, what do you want us to say?
By the way, did the club? I don't want nothing from you, dog.
Were there any new rumors? Why are you guys talking about?
Yeah,
that?
Felix. There's a Felix rumors. There was Cristiano Ronaldo.
I don't want Felix.
Felix on loan.
I don't want a Felix either.
I
don't want a Felix either.
I'd have to take that. And on loan for with an option to buy, I'm taking that.
Yeah,
we talk about somebody that could be a creator and a goal scorer. That's what Felix is.
If we bring him in for 6 months and he does fuck all, we send him straight back to our
Why would
I
people
also
give
give
us?
us-
Why would they
have
give
us-
us?
Why are we?
Why would
Why
they give
we?
us their best player for on a loan, man? Why would they do
He's
that?
not
He
their
wants
best
to be
player.
out of there. He wants
They're
to
trying to
leave.
get rid of him, isn't they?
He's not their
Yeah,
best
but
player. Like,
for the
You know
price,
what?
but
If-
Scott,
if
let's
it's
be
for
honest.
6
For the price they
months-
played for him, there's no way he's gonna come for 6 months. There's no
If
way.
it's for 6 months, if it's
It
on loan,
depends.
bring him in. I want you guys
No
to
way,
see
man.
this
Let's
haram.
I
have an
know
option,
that.
guys.
I knew you're gonna say that, Daniel.
I want you
knew
to
you're gonna
see
say
this shit
you
in
want him
HD.
just to prove that you were right in the first place about him.
Because I don't know how people can't see this. Even at the World Cup, like, you can't see
He's
that
Kai
he's not who you
Havertz.
think he is.
He
He's
is
not.
Kai
not.
Havertz. Like, I don't
He's
know
not.
how
He
you-
is Kai Havertz.
He
He's
is
the
not.
guy that better off the ball than on the ball.
No, it's
That's
not
why I
like
said
that
we
at
need to
all.
Take him if it's a loan offer. Right now, permanently, I wouldn't
Bring him
really-
in. Bring him in.
Okay,
It's never
okay,
happening,
Jack.
man. on loan.
Disagree. What kind of player is Felix? Tell us. Why is he not like Havertz?
Why is he not
Let's
like
hear it.
Havertz? Because when he
Kai
gets on the
Havertz,
ball,
I
he
think.
actually creates. When he gets on the ball, he has something in mind. When Havertz gets the ball, all he thinks about
What are
is
you
how can I
basing this
control
on?
it.
What did he create for Portugal?
The numbers don't say he
Are
creates
you
anything.
kidding? Hold on,
My
hold on.
eyes
Are
don't
you
say he
kidding?
creates
Did
anything
you not
either.
watch? Did you
Bro,
not watch the round
when
of
is-
16?
When his team needed him the most, where was he? This is another player who I think he needs a team that's perfectly built, and he can be that final piece to add a little bit of flair and a little bit of creativity. But not when your team is struggling to create, not when your team is struggling for goals. You can't rely on him.
I completely
just-
disagree. João
he's
Felix
got
is
little-
one of the only players in the world that can play all three positions in the front line. All
Yeah,
three
same.
positions.
That's what they said
Yeah,
about
at a
Havertz.
five-
Look at
5.5
the-
level.
No one
saying,
said
you're
that about Havertz.
you're not doing
Nobody
great
said
for
that
the
about
Arsenal.
Havertz.
Yes, they
Nobody
did.
in the world said that about Havertz. That he can play
Yes,
on the
they did.
wing.
Listen,
No one
Dag,
in the
Dag.
world has
No,
said
yes,
that.
they did. Yes,
Dag,
they
I'll be
did.
honest.
I
feel
have
like
never.
you're
I have
just-
never.
What do you mean?
never
Hold on
said
a
that
second. Kai Havertz said it himself. When we was the interview, they asked him, "Where do you prefer play?" And he's like, "Chelsea fans, I think you know, I can play across the front three line." Dog, please
It's not
tell
even
me
that.
what's
He
the
literally-
front three line is.
He literally played striker, cam, and on the right multiple times for Leverkusen. Maybe
can
on
I
the
say-
left as well.
Can I say
Like,
something really quick?
they're
after
doing a
Scott
horrible
finishes?
job of trying to convince us that Felix isn't Havertz. I don't think he is Havertz, but like you're doing a horrible job of convincing us
Can
that he
I
isn't.
can I just say one thing? Yeah, in this
Well,
in this
you
World
try
Cup,
then, Scott. I
In
want to
this
see
World-
what you're saying. If he's not.
in this World Cup,
because
yeah.
I think he is.
Can
I
can
think his
finish with
move. I think his movement's a lot better than Havertz personally. Like I think I can see. I will say I can 100% see the comparisons. I can see why people think he is. I just think there are certain attributes he's got.
I
certain
think
ways
I
he
Havertz
plays.
better,
Yeah,
stronger,
he's
He's
stronger
more
hold of the
agile.
ball.
Like he's
Can
agile,
I-
so he's a better dribbler.
Guys, come on. Can I just say
Well,
one
yeah,
thing?
go on, Kai.
Go on, Kai.
Rafael Leao, yeah, he played 88 minutes and has 2 goals. Joe Felix, he played over 331 minutes and he has 1 goal, man. This whole competition, and he played more games.
I don't care. I'll be
How many
real. I don't
assists?
care.
Aye,
So
20
Rafael Leao
minutes
is a
against a
much better
tired
player,
Costa
man.
Rica
How many
side.
assists?
I ain't moved. I ain't
So
moved.
Leao has better stats and he played less games.
Also, you know, one of those
No
Leao
one-
goals, like the 6th or 7th goal against. Like
I would
in that
prefer.
six-
I would prefer. Hold on. I would prefer Leao. I would prefer Leao over Felix.
Aye, we
I would
like
prefer
Kai.
Leao.
Kai's
I'm not
blessed.
saying I would prefer Felix over Leao.
That's what I'm saying. It's not about the Kai or him. I just wonder what's the point of Felix when we have Kai at Chelsea.
Because
I think
Kai's
he's
not
better. The
performing.
biggest thing.
He can play on the wing. He's better on the wing, though.
The biggest thing.
Because Kai's not performing.
If you want to swap Kai with Felix and then give Felix the same chance that we've given Kai, maybe. But not 2 of them on the same team at the same time. Hell no. What a waste.
I
biggest-
don't
the
know.
biggest-
Even the swap
the only
thing, I
reason
don't
I
think
will
it's
say-
fair.
Yeah.
The only reason I want him is on that 6-month loan. Like that's the only way I want him at the club. Like if there's even a hint of or like a whiff of us paying a transfer fee, no, I don't want it. I'm sorry, I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't think
Because
that's
I
gonna
agree.
happen.
Like I like Felix, and I think he's better than Kai. But I completely agree. There's no point bringing him into this team and putting him in this team when you've invested 72 million.
I actually don't think he's better than.
Did you
Kai
talk about this
because-
new guy that we signed? What's his name?
Yeah,
Wow.
Fofana.
You
Be
guys don't seem
careful
happy,
how
huh?
you're saying it, though.
Why Fofana? What is this? What's the big
Nah.
deal?
Nah, it's a running joke.
Wait.
Alex thought both Fofanas look the same.
Ah, okay. I'm not gonna say that, man. You know, Alex, you shouldn't be saying that, man. Being who you are, bro, shouldn't be saying those things, man.
That was funny.
Why?
Bro.
Who am
was
I?
dying.
Who am I?
Hey, man, we're nice people, man. Some people in the chat
know.
man, might have nothing to do, man.
I'll put the freaking 9mm in your brain.
They're gonna use the R word, bro. They're gonna use the R word, man.
They already
Not
have.
allowed, man.
We already
Yeah,
did,
yeah,
man.
but
We
like
did?
we've stopped that
Okay,
shit.
okay. Fair enough, man.
what's the name? I think Kai is better. First of all, at least he already played in Premier League. At least he knows, because with Felix, it doesn't. And Kai is actually stronger on the ball than Felix is. It's easy to push Felix off the ball. Really easy.
It's also very easy to push Kai off the ball.
I mean, it's not that different. That's what I'm saying. There's not much to pull from. That's why I call it similar players.
Bring him in 6 months. Bring him in.
The minute that you said bring him in, I knew the reason why you're saying it, because, well, at least one thing is definitely me and you were not Felix fans since the beginning, and I knew that's the reason why.
Felix could work on the City like a Grealish. Bring him off the bench, let him do some flary stuff.
But he's not. His hype was Aguero, but he never had that finishing ability than Aguero.
Yes.
That's how they looked at him. That's how everybody looked at him before we got him. But he was never that. He was that when he was in Portugal for one season.
The biggest thing about this is if we get Nkunku, he becomes irrelevant. He becomes entirely irrelevant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because him and Nkunku would want to play the same position, and I'm sorry, I'm playing Nkunku over him.
Yeah.
I actually want to know how good this Nkunku is when he comes, how quick he can adapt after this injury, because if it's a knee injury, so we'll see how much he's gonna be off the ball. But like I told you from the beginning, when I saw how the knee buckled under Broja, I knew it was a rupture. It was.
He's fucked. His career genuinely might be fucked.
It could be. Yeah. It's actually could be, but the base. The only thing that works for him, it's he's young.
Yep.
He doesn't have.
I agree, but he's got to do what Cho had to do in terms of he's got to change his game up, and we saw that Cho struggled to do that. Like,
won't.
Everything about Broja's game, like his best kind of. Yeah, his best the way he plays, especially now, is a lot to do with being explosive and playing on that last.
And that's how I'm saying you're wrong, and I can prove you that's wrong, because knee is not the part of the body that actually detrimental to take off speed.
It's
Achilles heel is more detrimental to take off speed than anything else. Knee is not.
Yes.
Achilles heel is. That's why Cho struggled, even though I didn't think he was that fast before.
Alex,
Thank you for being my cheerleader. Let me finish sentence.
Let us finish point.
What I'm trying to say is, even he ruptured, the way they rebuilding that knee ligaments are, it's different from what it was when it was Fernando Torres was. You see what I'm saying? When they saw, they don't just saw, and there's how you say it, there's a scar tissue that hard to stretch, because that was the problem was in the beginning. When you saw two parts, there's a scar tissue becomes. So there's no way you can kind of stretch that scar tissue. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually does not mobile. Same thing with the Achilles heel before. Now they have a donor things, like you can donate. Like when somebody donates, for example, when my shoulder was injury, somebody donated cartilage from the dead body. Well, like obviously he died, but donation of the cartilage is implanted in my shoulder. Same thing now they do it when they do those kind of things. They just add it, so we will not be so tight and it's able to rupture again. Does it make sense, Scott?
No,
like there's a play movement involved. Cho was mentality. There's a specific. That's why I said about Broja, it's most about mentality. With Cho, you can see he adjusted. I can tell that he adjusted because he was so afraid of that pain that he had it. Broja will have the same thing. That's why I'm saying it's more about mental, because knee does not buckle like what's his name, like Achilles heel. It does not buckle, and for takeoff speed, it's not. What it does is it's when you move side to side.
Yeah,
that's when the knee is responsible. And the reason why people are all of a sudden saying that, like, remember Ronaldo, original R9? Yeah. He had a different kind of injury. He had the what's the name? A cruciate ligament, and he had dislocation. The reason why it's different because when you had the dislocation, its dislocations are actually tends to dislocate again. Chances are more. So for Broja, it's rupture, but it's not dislocation. So for him, it's just mental.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's about whether he wants to, whether he's going to be afraid to take the angles that hurt him. That's the only thing. Nowadays, even in football players, you can see it a lot. ACL injuries, they do come back from it, but they're just afraid to take the same angles that they took in the past. So, like,
do you guys remember what Kunku's injury was? Sorry, Dak, and how long he's out for?
A couple of months.
Yeah, a couple months.
Strain. He has a strain one of the ligaments of the knee, but it's not rupture.
Okay.
Say, what's his name? I don't think he needed even surgery. I don't think Nkunku needed
his
surgery.
foot just got stuck under. Yeah, it was just one of those impact injuries.
Yeah, if it's a strain, he doesn't need it. Then.
Yeah, it wasn't anything bad. It was just an impact injury.
It's always depends on the strain because it's how much liquid gets around it, build up around it. So that's what could be the reason why some of them will actually say no surgery for the next couple of days until with Chewell. They did not know because the ligament was producing so much liquid around that they had to drain it.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. But anyway,
back to positive thoughts, right? I do think, listen, this kid coming in could potentially be another Alvarez, right? Because Alvarez came in 13 million. I didn't even know he was going to the World Cup because he didn't play a lot, this last few months. But he came in, trusted because this kid he's already made his national team debut, so he's seen at that senior level. You know what I mean? He could come in and just show us something different. Maybe he's finished perfect, or you know what I mean. But he could come in.
They took him because Correa. They took him because Correa and Dybala got injured.
No, he's their number one.
No, Dybala was in the squad.
No, he was in their squad. But I'm saying, like, even like before the World Cup started, like Dybala, once he got injured, they knew that he wasn't going to be playing for most of them.
He's their number one striker. He's their number one striker.
Before.
Now he's the number one striker.
He wasn't before.
He was still in the squad.
I know he was still in the squad. I know he was still in the squad, but I'm saying the reason he's starting. I'm saying the reason he's starting is because Correa and the others got injured.
No, it's not. He's starting because Scaloni trusts him. That's why he's starting. Like, he started plenty of times before, mostly on the wing. But he was still starting. He was still playing before this, before Dybala's injury, before Correa's injury. Like, he's trusted by Scaloni. That's why he plays. It's nothing to do with injuries or anything like that. The only reason he started starting more is because Martinez has been dog shit.
He doesn't even have to be the number one guy. We know how good he is, like by just watching him. I'm saying that's a player that costs 13 million, doing the bits for City when he does play, and for his national team now, and he's starting and everything. So we don't know. Like, I'm excited about this signing, not because I know who he is or I know what he's done, but I just know that it's very different from what we've been doing for so long. You know what I'm saying? And if Brighton and Brentford wanted him, that's a good sign. We at least know he's going to be a really good young player who they were probably going to sign for 2 years and then sell on for 65 million.
It's something
so
different.
It just depends on how we develop him. And this is why we got Potter, for things like this. If he can't develop him, he's not doing his job.
Now we can actually judge him on something. Because
remember
when I told you, Lewis, a couple of streams ago, forget about signing anybody above older than 25-year-olds. Remember that?
Kind of,
That's a specific reason. I think we could potentially offload players in this January, like Aubameyang. I think he could potentially leave this January.
Think he will, just because of the Broja injury, depending on if we get another striker.
Yeah, of course. For example, if Vlahovic coming, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm saying is,
where are these Vlahovic rumors coming from? If you don't mind me asking, I haven't heard them.
No,
I don't know, but because I wanted to finish my sentence. I think even Azpilicueta potentially could be bought up out of the contract. You see what I'm saying?
Think so?
I think so. I think a bunch of older players gonna leave.
Even with Reece James's injury record, you think so?
I think he's gonna go on the free.
We have to get a new one first, right?
No. I'm saying like for January in the summer transfer window, there's a lot of older players that are gonna be get rid of.
I agree.
I've just been scrolling through Twitter, and I've also just read expectation is Chelsea will offer Jorginho a new competitive deal. It's still not certain if he signs. He feels integral and wanted. He likes the man management of Potter and sees the project.
I'm happy about it. Very happy.
The signing that we could be keeping. I'm not sure about the rest. Kante might leave.
Kante
shouldn't be.
You know my stand. He signs. I'm saying Potter out the minute there is done.
How is that Potter's fault though? The club is the one who decides, man.
No, it is Potter because club said that every renew contract is gonna go through Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm very happy about that.
I just like that. I'm not a fan,
man. I don't.
I'm not a fan.
Fine with it.
I'm happy with him staying. I've said before, I'm happy with him staying and being like a squad option you bring on. In,
exactly.
Yeah. I don't want him starting. Let me make that very clear. Come next season, I do not want him starting games. Like, unless we're playing a team where it's literally like they do not want to attack. Like, you're playing a team where they are going to make no attempt to attack. I'm fine with him, like, coming off the bench with like 20
it's Ben Jacobs. Never mind, man.
Slow the game down, stuff like that. Like, and I'm fine keeping him for the Champions League as well, because like for the Champions League he works. Like, he actually played quite well in the Champions League, so I'm fine keeping him for that.
Ben Jacobs is what happened when people can't afford Fabrizio, so they
but
bring
we know
him
it's not a deal that he wants.
Nice. Man,
it's nice. It's nice. It's a global warming culture. It's a global warming people. Like,
what?
Yeah,
What
let's keep recycle people in the squad. Yeah.
I do want to say as well, actually, going back to what Daniel was saying about Fofana, I agree in terms of like now we can see what Potter can do with him, because like we've seen before at Brighton, he's managed to do the same thing, but they take someone who maybe isn't the best at their current club, like they're a bit obscure, but he manages to develop them.
I actually haven't seen anybody strikers that he
not necessarily strikers, other players though. So I'm hoping he can do it with Fofana.
But
like we saw him do it with Zuma. We saw him do it to an extent with Caicedo. We saw him do it with Cucurella. Like he managed to improve them from where they started when they came to the point where they could move on to bigger clubs, apart from the Caicedo's case.
And McAllister.
And McAllister and Webster as well. So, like, I'd say Webster's up there as being one of the best like English centre backs in the league. Personally, like, he's done it with a lot of players, and I think he can do it with Fofana as well.
But I think also, I don't think we're shopping. I don't think we're shopping in the exact same pool as like Brighton, but like maybe Brighton would have targets that realistic young players they can offer a project to and get.
Yep.
And there's also maybe the players slightly above that they probably couldn't get. Now they actually can. So maybe that's yeah.
Hang on, I just want to check the age of someone. That's literally, you've hit the nail on the head in terms of that's what Daniel, in terms of that's what they are doing. Like, in terms of like aiming for young players that they can like build a project with. Like, that's why they got Gilmore. I know he hasn't really played, but that's as well. Like, while Colwell went there, like most of the guys they're signing, yeah, they'll have the odd person they'll bring in that's on the slightly older age, like a Veltman. But a lot of the players, like, I don't know how old Maupay is, but it's like they were happy to get rid of him to then bring in. Oh no, then the guy they replaced him with the same age. Never mind with that. But like they were looking at Cifuentes as well from LAFC, who I think is like 22, 23. Again, another young Ecuadorian guy, like the guy they got to replace Cucurella, I think fairly young. They got in
Sarmiento.
No, the guy they wanted to bring in from LAFC was Cifuentes, but they got Sarmiento as well. And again, another young Ecuadorian. Like, that's what they're building for.
Do you think him not being able to get attackers is just a matter of like attackers not wanting to come to Brighton? You get what I mean? Because like, young
I was going to say he did to a certain extent develop. Like, he didn't have much time with him, but I think in the limited time with him, he did a good job. Mitoma, like, he did a decent job of developing Mitoma while he was there, while he worked with him before he left. And I think you look at like the thing is, he's had attackers. Like, McAllister was an attacker when he went there. He just managed to develop him to being a very good, like, deep lying midfielder. Like, he managed to do that. because McAllister was originally a number 10/an attacker when he first went there. So I think it's just a case of, plus you look at the other attackers they've got, like Morpie was 25, 26. Undav guy, again, he didn't really get a lot of time with him, but he's 26. Welbeck's on the older age. Like a lot of the attackers that they've got on the older age, the only real one I can think of off the top of my head was Mitoma, and he only had like 2 months with him. And then he's come on leaps and bounds, as someone's mentioned, with De Zerbi since Potter's left. So like he hasn't really had the young attackers. So it's interesting to see how this will do. I have faith, but like it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just have to see on that.
Did Chelsea actually announce the signing of him?
Of who?
Fabrizio did. So
and Matt Law as well. Matt Law echoed it. He said he's coming.
Okay. But not Ben Jacobs, right? We don't like Ben Jacobs.
Ben Jacob is a cheaper, affordable option for streamers than Fabrizio, bro. That's all that it is, man.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I heard the people paying Ben Jacobs like £200 for coming on the stream.
Fabrizio is like 500, and just for recorded message, man. Yeah.
Bro, I thought he was going on for free.
No, he is not.
Free? Why, Lewis?
What do you think?
Oh, because Jem used to get him on his channel like every week.
Yeah, that's how.
Oh, mad. Well, all right, cool. Well,
I'm
big up Ben
gonna say I
Jacobs.
don't know if Jem did or not, but
yeah, I don't.
I'll ask Jem because if he was free, I might have got him.
But I know 100% Fabrizio offers you like 500.
Yeah, Fabrizio, you got to pay for. I remember Babs was going on his channel. He said it was like 300 for an hour, so he split it like 30 minutes with somebody else.
Did you guys? You didn't speak about Vivel yet, yeah? Because apparently he's like.
No, we barely spoke about it.
What's his name?
That's the one I'm
Portugal
excited about,
manager
man.
just quit Portugal apparently.
Thank God.
They're about to sign Mourinho, apparently.
Oh,
they should.
I'm supporting Portugal.
Oh shit!
I'm supporting
That's
Portugal.
a quality
Wow.
signing.
On the Portugal
That's a
bandwagon.
quality
Supporting
manager.
Portugal, man.
Yeah,
Viva
apparently he's gonna
Mourinho,
do it.
bro.
Apparently
Look at
he's
this
gonna
handsome
do it
man.
while doing the Roma job.
My fucking
Thank you, bro.
Reportedly, he wants to do both at the same time, both jobs at the same time.
Well, yeah, technically it's for 2
Big
years,
up
nothing
Mourinho.
to
You know
do.
Mourinho is not gonna. He's not gonna start players like Felix and the type of bums. But
Bro, Felix will be a water boy under Mourinho, bro. He's not playing. He's
Do
not
you
playing.
think Ronaldo staying until one?
shit.
Ronaldo is gonna be there.
Ronaldo's gonna be for training there, bro. He's not gonna play, man. Mourinho needs them to run, bro. He needs them to be athletes, man. Hey, but you know what? You know what? I thank God every day that I grew up on, the generation that watches Mourinho, or I would have turned up like Johnny, bro. So thank God, Mourinho. Thank you, bro, that I grew
He
up
just
Chelsea
posted
fan under Mourinho, bro.
Fofana kid is Drogba 2.0.
Oh, man.
And there we go. There we go.
This fan base, man.
Who
This
posted
is
that?
my point. Is people just want to
Johnny,
they see the Ivorian, they see the Ivorian thing, and they just make stupid comparisons.
Scott, they did it. They did it. Zappacosta. Remember when we signed Zappacosta? They said this guy is gonna be the next thing, man. This fan base is shameless, bro. Or Bakayoko.
Oh, and it's like when he inevitably doesn't reach that massive expectation you put on him, because I'm not expecting him to reach that massive expectation you put on him. It's like that's when it all goes to shit. It's like just don't fucking put that expectation. Just say he's going to be a quality striker and he's going to be the next Datro, David Fofana, or whatever his name is. That's what he's going to be. Stop putting this. Oh, he's going to be Drogba 2.0, because now you're just looking like a clown when he doesn't.
You know, Apple making a series, football series,
could just be a Remy,
January 13. About the Super League. Apple TV making a TV series.
Oh, nice.
But it's in the background, yeah.
I want a whole episode dedicated to Chelsea stopping the Super League.
Do you guys believe this transfer window we're gonna sign like 3 or 4 players like the rumors are saying? Or you
I think so.
But do you think quality signings or
Scott? I think we'll sign a lot of players for summer. Like I think Lavia is gonna get signed. I think
I want Lavia.
I just think they're not gonna sign for like.
I think in total they'll probably sign maybe like 6 players, and probably half of those for now and half of those for the summer.
Because we do need players for now, man. I don't think people can like.
But I think obviously Fofana's coming in now. I think we could maybe see another striker. Maybe see
Leao January.
Maybe
No,
see a
who says no,
midfielder,
bro?
and maybe see a right back. Like I think if we sign any more players for this window, it will be a midfielder probably and a right back maybe.
Speaking of right back, would you take the Croatia right back, the one from?
I'll I'm unconvinced by him. I could be completely honest.
Are we trying to get some French kid?
French kid.
What Gusto?
Gusto, yeah.
Oh, no,
He's
Gusto.
another one.
Gusto.
The thing about like him is like I don't know if I want another young fullback.
Lewis, what is that Avi, bro?
Yeah, but
It's
only
been 3 years ago, bro. Change it, man.
Like he's a quality player from what I've heard. Like from what I've heard from people that watch more. So I haven't seen any of him play, but from people that have, like, he's a good player, but he's not ready to be starting like multiple games.
No, but that's why Reece James is number one. Reece James is the big
No,
dog.
I agree. But
In reality, we know Reece James is going to have some injuries and some situations where he's not going to be able to play. So we might need with the way that we play or the way that they would want them to play, it might need to be a young player in that role.
Potentially,
you know
potentially. Or you go and sign someone like Juranovic, where it's like he's playing for a much worse club, and because of the step up, it's almost like you can kind of convince him or work him into being like a rotational or a backup option. Like, you're not going and getting someone from. You're going to have to go and get someone who's playing at a worse club currently now, who you can kind of convince.
With Reece's record, I won't really be a backup. He would play like a lot more than a backup usually would.
Yeah,
right?
but he's going to be backup. Like they know, you know, I know, and they know, or they probably don't know.
Probably,
like, everyone knows that he's going to be the backup. He's going to be the number 2. Like, if everyone's fit, you're holding bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he would also know everyone isn't going to be fit.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah.
So he knows, like, there's going to be a chance where there's 5 games where I'm going to play, where I might force myself in. Who knows?
That's just competitive nature. Oh, take care, Doug.
Bye, dog.
Like, just so I feel like it's literally just the age thing. It's literally just the age thing. Is I'm unsure whether I want another young.
Wait, how old is he?
He's 19.
Yeah, I know. But you see, that my thing is, I think because of the way that we make our fullbacks play, and the fact that I know, like, Reece James is going to be out a whole lot. Like, we might need another, you know what I'm saying? Another player of that level of potential, maybe of not that level, because it took Reece James half a year after the end of the Champions League to become like a world-class player, but who has something like some kind of potential to be a start-in right back. We might need to get that level of player because of the way Reece James gets injured. This is every year now. This has happened. Every year he's gotten injured. So it might just be it might get worse.
But when I said that he potentially could be injury-prone player, oh no, Alex!
This is who I want. Yeah, I put him in the chat. This is the one I want for.
Yeah, he's the one who plays for Celtic. He's the starting fullback for Celtic. Josip Juranovic. He was the number 20. He was the starting right back for Croatia. He plays for Celtic at the moment.
Decent.
Apparently, there's a lot of guys.
He caught my eye. He caught my eye when I was watching him play for Croatia.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah, he's had a good tournament.
I'll tell you what, the left back, bro, he can't defend for shit.
Yeah, we're set on left backs.
Oh, Sosa.
I remember people were talking about wanting him when we needed a new left wing back to replace Alonso, and people were talking about him. He can't defend for shit.
You know what opened my eyes? All those Premier League defenders that's possibly really, really good, and midfielders. When they get in a team where the team does not dominate the ball and they get in the open fields, they look average, man. That Rodri kid doesn't look that good when team does not have 90% of the ball, man. All of a sudden,
when you say Rodri is in the CDM for City?
Yeah.
With the guy who's playing centre back.
The what?
He played centre back for Spain.
Well, I'm not going to guys about this Enrique guy, man.
And
do not believe the hype. He's a fraud.
Oh, do you know what the thing is? Do you know what the Enrique, like the whole thing with Spain showed me? All the thing with Spain showed me is like all the thing with Enrique in Spain showed me is like it's nothing to do. It doesn't matter who our manager is at this club. Like it make a difference, but like it doesn't matter whether we get Enrique at this club. We're still going to have problems because our attack still stinks, and our midfield has still got.
But we can also talk about him, right? And talk about the fact that his 2 clubs before Barcelona, he had a worse record than Potter did.
Yeah, but he has
That's
the
the
best.
worst win
He has the
record.
best. He's the best season in Barcelona's history, man.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that. Right? He took
No,
over
but
from
he
who?
did.
Who did he take over
Yeah,
from?
but it's better than the hindsight that we have with the what's his
Greatest
name?
with the greatest,
with the Potter.
greatest
Potter didn't do
player
shit,
ever,
man.
greatest team
Wasn't
ever.
he the guy who had
With Lewin
MSN?
coming in. What has he done outside of that?
Yeah, but two
Just
other
take-
managers had
Just
MSN.
take
did shit.
Barcelona outside of his resume. What has he done?
What was
Yeah,
he?
but
the,
to
was he
reach
the guy
to reach
who had
Barcelona is still
MSN?
an impressive resume, though.
No,
I mean,
to
not
reach
everybody reaches
Barcelona. He
Barcelona,
just got
man.
given the job.
Nah, that's not how it works.
It-
man.
That's
It is
literally
how
how
it
it works.
works,
He had
by
a
literally-
37% win rate at Celta Vigo. He was terrible.
Don't take due the
He
upgrade.
had 41% at Roma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but when
they-
he managed Barcelona, it was the best Barcelona in like a while, man. What they won?
Yeah,
6
but they were the
trophies?
best before that. What are we like? It was the greatest team ever that he took over.
No, man, I'm not gonna take credit away from Enrique and give it to Potter.
not giving
man.
him no credit, I'm sorry.
That's nothing, man. That's
It's not.
to
It's
me,
not.
that's
It's,
premature,
for
man.
me, it's not that. It's like Enrique coming in doesn't fix this team, fam.
No,
Like,
no,
that's
Scott.
what-
I don't disagree with that. This team has a lot too many holes for any manager to fix. But
So
I'm
what's
saying
the
like you
point of
can't
that?
take
Like,
What I'm
you
saying
can't
is,
take
the
credit
only
away
thing you
from
can
him
say-
and be
no.
like, you know.
I'm saying the only thing you can say about him is if you give him a world-class team, he's going to win. We don't have
also,
a world-class team.
the biggest thing I know
I
is
don't know.
well,
He's never
this
shown
team
that he can build a team, ever.
This
biggest thing-
this Spanish
biggest
team is
thing
not
for me
world
with
class.
Enrique-
It haven't been world class for years, and it's been doing good, man.
the biggest thing for me with this Enrique as well is like people will get sick of his way of playing, like the like his brand of football quick. People will get sick of his way, his brand of football very quickly, very quickly, exactly like they did with Tuchel.
So what's that? Mexap? Hey, suck a dick, man.
Well,
I didn't even
what
know
I just
Potter
think
in.
with Enrique is like if you didn't like Sarri, I don't know why you want Enrique.
Oh,
But-
exactly. Like it's going to be
Bro,
the same thing. where it's
You
gonna be
literally
like,
can't say a comment about a manager without like idiot. in the
Come
chat being
on,
like,
do
want him
you
out. That's how it
seriously,
works, man.
Scott? Enrique plays the same. He's not the he's not.
Enrique is
the
a
same
listen.
Sarri.
He has one.
I
He
just had to say
has
sorry
one win in
once.
this whole
I
World
love
Cup.
it.
He had one
Whatsoever,
win in this whole
man.
World Cup. That was Costa Rica. Let's be honest. He hasn't won. He has won one game in 90 minutes in 2 tournaments.
I don't think it's to him
hell.
what Spain did it. I think Spain is
Yeah, the team.
like no.
Spain
I
has
think
a good
Spain is
team. He
shit
chose not to
team.
take certain
Yeah, it's a
players.
shit
they're
team,
not a
man.
shit team though. They're not a shit team. Like the
They're
only
not a
bit of
shit
their
team.
team,
He chose not
The
to
only-
take
Yeah,
the
them.
people say it's the
the
worst.
only
they
bit
have
of
done.
their
He
team-
chose
the
not to
only-
take him.
The only
chose
bit
not
of their
to.
team that's terrible, the only bit of their team that's terrible is their attack, and he picked the same attack basically every
I
game.
thought Rodri.
That's what-
Not Rodri. What's his name? The kid
Gavi?
number 9. Supposed to be
Gavi?
next. He has He's supposed to have like 1 billion release class.
Yeah, but they do that just to keep them, man, because there's a law in the La Liga that you have to have a release class.
I'm
But that
gonna
doesn't mean
say
that
it and
that's not
say
his
it
work.
again. Nobody knew who Spain fuck was until Xavi and Iniesta got in the national team. No,
Okay.
and they still ride in the hype based on the Xavi and Iniesta team. Spain was never good in international football. So they just now get all this credit for all those players based on how the Spain was and Barcelona was, which was not good before that. Barcelona was. Spain, national team, never. That's it.
I don't know.
Stop
I don't
riding
know.
the hype of the Spain team. It's over since 2010. They didn't do shit. Enough.
Okay.
Same with Belgium. You're not gonna hear about Belgium again for a while until all of a sudden they are gonna get another golden generation.
You know what's mad? Chelsea should be get credit for that Belgium team, man. De Bruyne,
Mhm.
Chelsea player. Lukaku was Chelsea player. Hazard, Chelsea player.
Oh, we don't
Courtois,
claim
Chelsea
Lukaku.
player. I mean, yeah, let's take emotion out of it. I mean, like when he
Yeah,
first
I
started,
know,
yeah,
I
he. So most of the players came from us. Even like what's his name, man? The Tesco version Hazard, man. What is it? Thorgan
Oh,
Hazard.
Forgan.
Yeah.
Aye,
So
well,
they should think they were
the
doing good
next
with those Chelsea
generation of
players, man.
Hazards will be the next golden generation because they're like 3 generations of football players, isn't they?
You see,
Yeah, they fucked
yeah,
up with
man.
that Martinez. That Martinez guy, man.
Germany.
If they had a better manager.
opposite.
Aye, they
opposite-
gave their golden generation to an Everton reject. That's on them.
Yeah,
That's the
their
key
biggest-
point.
That's their biggest crime. is
And they were
gave,
so
like,
close,
biggest-
man.
They
Because
gave
if
that
you had
generation
a
hit,
really good
man.
manager,
Could've
they
won.
would have won that World Cup.
hmm Also, if De Bruyne turned up against France, but
Hazard was amazing that game, man. I remember.
I'm telling you, man, the
Should have won
mentality.
player of the tournament.
The mentality of the players transition from mentality of the manager.
Yeah, he's just happy.
I mean, the mentality shows, yeah.
Mentality of the manager shows in mentality of the players.
Yep, and how they play as well. Yeah.
Do you remember the most blatant idea of that was the Nations League? They were 2-0 up against France and then bottled it 3-2 in the semis. I was like, yeah, you lot ain't winning shit, bro. It is what it is. Is what it is. Oh, Galib, I will have a look. I'll have a look later. We're near enough time to wrap up. Has anyone got anything else they wanted to bring up before we leave?
When are we playing our next game? Is it the Boxing Day, no?
Sunday.
Yeah, we have a game against Brentford
Sunday.
behind closed doors. I guess they were so embarrassed over the last game they thought they didn't want to televise this one. But
no, I'm not gonna
we'll just let you guys know what happened.
Actual game like Premier League or like
Boxing
any.
Premier League
2 weeks.
27th.
Boxing Day, yeah.
27th.
Oh no, sorry, 27th. Yeah, the 27th.
Yeah,
27th, 26.
27th.
Bournemouth. We're playing Liverpool first. Okay, that's good, man. Good.
No. We got Bournemouth, Forest, and then City twice. Then another game, then Liverpool.
Manchester City.
Yeah, I can't wait. Lose home and away to them again. Let's fucking go.
It's gonna be so good.
That's the mentality, Lewis. That's the mentality, bro.
Oh yeah, man. We lose every fucking week, but it is what it is. We're gonna wrap up the stream anyway, though. It's been great to be back. Feel a little bit healthier already. We might be back tomorrow, depending on what content there is to talk about. But yeah, big up everyone that's been locked in. Like, subscribe, and as always, up the Chels.